All right, guys, it's mid-September, and if you're a serious bow hunter, you're thinking about one thing right now: big bucks. I know that's what I'm thinking about. I'm in Wisconsin. The bow opener is actually in 2 days. It's September 14th. They're killing big bucks in Kansas, Kentucky, all over social media. I woke up this morning, it was 44 degrees, got that nice chill there. I'm like, oh, that's all I can think about, being in a deer stand. Is a big buck gonna show up? I don't have a target buck I'm after this year. And that's all relative to your area. You know, target buck for me is like 140 inch or bigger deer. Some people it's 180 or bigger. Some people it's 80 inches or bigger. It doesn't really matter. It's all, you know, relative to stage you are in your hunting career, how much time you have to hunt, how serious you are about bow hunting. So teach their own on their own hunting goals. But so here it is, September 14th, bow season opens in 2 days. I don't have a target buck to shoot yet. Am I hitting the panic button, knocking on doors, calling people I know with land, looking for new land? No, I'm not. Why? Because past years have taught me, sit back, relax. The fall shift is happening. They're starting to take a lot of corn down for silage. Rut report websites, everyone's got 3 giant deer, 180 inch velvet giants shedding velvet, just these giant bucks run around and no target buck. So what do? I'd be lying if I said I'm not a little nervous about it, but it happens not every year, but almost every year for me, where I got nothing at this point, and then October target buck shows up. So I'm gonna trust that no human intrusion, staying out of these properties, closing off our walking trail around our property, is gonna pay off, and that these bucks are gonna shift. They're gonna be taking corn off. They're gonna be shifting into the thicker cover, which is the 2 farms I hunt. I'm gonna trust that's all gonna come together, and I'm gonna have a giant buck show up here in the next couple weeks. Obviously, let past years answer that question for you. You know, if you've been hunting for 5-10 years, even 3 years, and you never have any bucks that you consider a target buck that you're after, and it's mid-September, and you know, come middle of October, end of October, you never have a target big buck show up, well, you probably need to find a different hunting property. Big hunting names, they got hundreds, thousands of acres and can hold deer year round and watch them grow up. Yeah, I would love to have that. But as of right now, I just have small properties where the deer funnel through in October, November, so that's fine. So I know early on in my hunting career, this time of year, early mid-September, when I didn't have a target buck I was after, you know, I'd be freaking out. I'd be going out there, my property, and moving trail cameras around and figuring out what I can do and trying to find different hunting land. And then come the season opener, you know, oh, season opener, I better get out there, more time in the stand and better shot. A big buck's just gonna come walking by me and I might get him, you know. That was my old attitude, but over the years, experience has taught me to be patient. Sometimes the less you hunt, the better off you are. And obviously human intrusion, to me, for killing mature deer is #1. So that's the last thing you want to be doing, is going in your properties right now here in mid-September and, you know, walking around, getting your scent all over the place, bumping big deer. You want to keep those properties scent free. No traces of human as you can right now, because they're checking out these doe groups right now. They'll be laying down some really nice scrapes in the next 2-3 weeks. By me, early October, the scrapes really open up here in Wisconsin. So you want to stay out of your properties. Trust all that off-season work you've done is going to pay off for you. The food plots, the scouting, the screening, the stand placement, water holes, everything you've seen on my channel. Trust that that's going to pay off for you, and that those big bucks are going to shift and move in if you have a fall property. And I've set my properties up to be fall properties, whether it be food, bedding, thick cover. That's how I set them up. To me, in the summer, yes, I'd love to get these velvet giants, you know, in July, August, and amp up deer season even more than what it already is for me. But Unfortunately, that rarely happens for me. The big bucks will move in by me. Usually those first 2 weeks of October is when the real big bucks slide into the 2 farms I hunt. So the stage is set. I'm counting on all the off-season work I've done. Every year it seems like I do a little more. And you know, I put in 3 food plots on my farm alone. I got to do everything I can to make that 5 acres of hunting ground better. So I do a lot of food plots, tree planting, screening, everything you've seen on my channel. So the other property I hunt is a 120 acre property, but 110 of those acres is agricultural, and we have alfalfa out there this year, so it's just wide open fields. So actually the area I hunt out there now is about 14 acres. It was 10 acres, but I added about 4 acres of bedding out there, which if you guys have checked out my channel, you see I've planted a bunch of milo and some screening out there to give them some more bedding for this season. So one thing I have learned, what's this behind me? Corn. Big bucks love cornfields. I'm excited they're taking a lot of fields off for silage corn mid-September here in Wisconsin. I want all the corn off except for on the properties I hunt and surrounding the properties I hunt. Why? Because big bucks love bedding on the edge of this corn and in it. Giant buck I took 2 years back, every time they cut corn on a neighbor property, I'd have him in daylight, so I knew he was bedding in those cornfields. And the real giant buck that I had early September, we had silage corn out there that year. I had him all over my soybean food plot, and as soon as they cut that corn, he was gone, and I never saw him again. So the power of corn. So if you guys are watching this and have the same problem as me, where you don't have a target buck yet, and it's mid-September, it's probably because you own a small hunting property, just as myself. You know, just a couple acres of hunting land. So once those bucks start traveling, they'll come through my land. You know, if you own hundreds, thousands of acres, I'm sure you don't have a problem. You probably got a few target bucks you're after, but guys can probably relate a lot more if they're like me, just own a few acres. And get some bucks traveling come October, November. So yeah, so I want to hear from you guys when your target bucks usually show up. Is it summer, watch them grow the whole time? Is it September? Is it October? Not until November, till the peak rut, you have a target buck show through. I want to hear in the comment section, put a comment down there and let me know when your target bucks usually show up. And if you want, throw what state and how many acres you own, or how many acres you lease or hunt. Some people hold deer year round. Some people just have them come through for the rut and pre-rut. Some people, in like my case, before that pre-rut, after the fall shift is when my target bucks show up. So if you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe, follow along. I'm going to be releasing my biggest deer, that 170-inch deer I killed on about 10 acres of hunting ground at the other farm I hunt. So that'll be coming out soon. You'll get notification when that's released. So fall's coming, it's cooling off. I can feel the excitement, and hope you guys got a big buck that you're after. If not, I hope he shows up for you, because we're getting close, guys. All right.